Back on the surface, free log software available for PC or Mac makes even more information available for this diving computer, showing information sampled every 20 seconds from the last 60 dives up to 75 hours of total dive time. This makes it much easier to study previous performance and plan future dives better without spending all of your time scrutinizing your scuba gauges. While the Leonardo dive computer is considered very basic, it does allow users to use it with both air and nitrox mixes as well as with a gauge, adding a little versatility to this computer. While monitoring oxygen fraction, FO2, and pressure, PO2, a Wink Haldane reduced gradient bubble model, RGBM, algorithm will accurately track saturation levels, maximizing safety and comfort on the way back to the surface. The optional deep stop timer built into this wrist dive computer paces out pauses and decompression that some divers find can reduce fatigue once they return to the surface, and an ascent rate alarm prevents a mistake when you're just heading for the surface. The Leonardo might be too basic for some divers, and we wish it had a safety stop timer and a stronger backlight. But it delivers what it promises at a modest price for new divers or those who want simplicity. The Cressi Leonardo is our best buy in this category. The one-button menu navigation is simple: press to toggle or advance, hold to enter menus or select. Since it moves in only one direction, you sometimes have to do a fair bit of pressing, but even the newest diver won't get lost in the menu. You can program nitrox up to 50%, PO2 from 1.2 to 1.6, altitude, and 3 levels of conservatism. On the dive screen, you will find your current depth, max depth, NDL, dive times, temperature, and battery level. While the alternate screen will show you conservatism factor, gas mix, and PO2 setting. The screen can also be backlit, which allows you to read the computer at night or in low light condition, and last for about 5 to 7 seconds. This is hands down one of the best beginner dive computers on the market. The Leonardo is a must-have for scuba divers entering the sport and looking for their first computer. A single button interface makes it easy to program air, nitrox, and gauge modes the first time you pick the computer up. The one-button design makes it great to toggle modes, and you won't get lost in menus or have to worry about multiple button combinations. Press to toggle modes or advance in menus, hold to enter the menu or select. So what do you get with the Cressi Leonardo dive computer? Pretty much exactly what it promises: an easy-to-use design aimed at newer divers or those who just want to dive. The screen is nearly 2 inches wide and extremely easy to read, with no weird abbreviations and large numerical display. The Cressi Leonardo dive computer is an extremely durable and reliable scuba computer that is easy to use without sacrificing features. It offers all the features of a high-priced scuba computer at an affordable price. An elegant expression of simple, functional design, the Leonardo is a must-have for divers entering the sport and those who just want to dive. A single button interface makes it effortless to program air, nitrox, and gauge modes the first time a diver picks the computer up, and an edge-to-edge, high-definition screen gives large numerical displays in a computer that is still compact and travel-friendly. The dive screen displays current depth, NDL, max depth, dive time, battery level, and temperature, while the alternate shows gas mix, PO2 setting, and conservatism factor. There are audible and screen warnings for deep and safety stops, although no safety stop timer, and for approaching deco. An ascent rate indicator uses an ascending stack of arrows to get the point across, and there's an oxygen toxicity bar graph and alarm. This dive computer isn't exactly feature-rich, but there are few features worth noting. First, the user-changeable battery is a nice feature and reduces maintenance costs since you don't need to take this computer into the shop to have the battery changed. Along with the battery being user-changeable, the battery life icon is another great feature. Cressi has made this icon hard to miss, making it more likely for new users who are learning so much to know when their battery needs to be changed or recharged. Before getting into the water, it's easy to run through the dive plan with the dive simulator mode. This feature is simple to access with the one-button operation mode of the scuba computer. This means there's no need to search for the right button on the wrist dive computer, just click to choose an option, then long press to select. Cressi Leonardo is dive computer that you may buy at the very beginning of your dive career, and it will still be of great use later when you progress as a diver. It is very easy to read, set, and dive with. It supports diving with air and nitrox mix, has visual and audible alarms. This Cressi dive computer, like nothing else, compares both in features and value for money. There are both on-screen warning and audible alarms to let you know when important limits are being approached or reached. The audio alarms are distinct and easy to hear, even if you get distracted. There is also an ascent rate alarm, and an on-screen indicator which uses a stack of arrows to make sure you ascend from your dive safely. You will also find an oxygen toxicity bar graph and alarm when diving with enriched air. There are also warnings for approaching deco as well as deep and safety top, but no safety stop timer. There is also a user-selectable deep stop function, which will alert you when a preset depth is reached. You won't find any color LED display here, or air integration, or for gas switching. So what do you get with the Leonardo? As it turns out, exactly what it promises: a simple design aimed at new divers, or those who just want to dive. The nearly 2-inch widescreen has an uncluttered display that's easy to read, with large characters and no head-scratching abbreviations. The battery indicator on this scuba computer is a foolproof way to know there's enough juice left for the next dive. A user-replaceable battery makes it easy to keep your dive computer in working order, without having to send it away. If you are looking for a dive computer that is inexpensive, simple to use, and extremely easy to read while still giving you the important dive information in a simple format, then the Leonardo dive computer is worth checking out. Users like the fact that this computer is easy to operate and extremely easy to read. They find setting this computer easy, and they recommend that anyone new to dive computers take the time to take the online class showing you how to use this computer successfully. There are plenty of wrist dive computers on the market, but the Cressi Leonardo Scuba wrist computer is the first to be designed and built in Italy based on Cressi's over 50 years of experience in making some of the best scuba gear on the market. The digital scuba gauges work with air or nitrox breathing gases, and the included gauge mode provides use as a bottom timer. The Leonardo dive computer uses Cressi's new RGBM algorithm, which allows for safe decompression calculations for multiple dives spread out over multiple days. This makes it a great choice for traveling or live-aboard dive trip. The computer can also be reset after each dive, which makes it a favorite for rentals and dive centers. It is also equipped with an onboard logbook which can hold about 60-70 hours of your latest, which is more than sufficient memory if you're just starting out. You can also easily download all your logged dives to your PC or Mac with the optional PC download interface kit. Once downloaded, you can see more detailed dive profiles including colored graphs. Having this additional information can help you become a better diving by allowing you to see critical dive data not displayed on the computer. Reviews for the Cressi Leonardo dive computer are exceptionally positive. Although most users agree that this computer is not designed for the more advanced or technical divers, they do feel it is perfect to beginning recreational divers and those divers who have never used a dive computer before. One of the main selling points of the Cressi Leonardo is its single-button user interface. It makes toggling through modes and setting very easy, and ensures that you won't get lost or have to worry about memorizing multiple button combinations to reach certain features and functions. The Leonardo is one of the best dive computers for new divers or those who prefer simplicity. It delivers as advertised and priced at a point that won't break the bank. Many advanced divers might find it too basic though, as its algorithm is on the conservative side and lacks features such as air integration and multi-gas switching capabilities. However, it's still one of the top recommendation for an entry-level dive computer.